Well done, Mr. Powers. We're not so different, you and I.
Yeah, we're not so different as you might think.
We're not so different after all.
You're lower than a rattler. Oh, come now, my cantankerous friend. We're not so different, you and me.
We're not so different, you and I, Lieutenant.
We are not so different, you and I.
If you would just take a step back from all of this, you'd see that you and I, we're really not so very different.
Maybe you are right. Maybe you and I are not so different.
Then they're not so different from the Saxon after all.
It made me realize we're not so different.
Our methods have not differed as much as you pretend.
So we're not so different after all.
Hermano, you and me, we not so different.
You're an amazing creature, Spider-Man. You and I are not so different.
And you are the one who led them to their deaths. You see, we're not that different, are we?
Remember when I told you we're not so different, you and I?
Are we so different, you and I?
We're not so very different, you and I.
It is Miss Burbage's belief that Muggles are not so different from us.
We're not so very different from each other, you and me.
We're the same, you and me. We're the same, don't you see?
We are not the same. I'm an American. You're a sick asshole.
I can explain.
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 Let me explain.
I can explain.